April 27th, 2025. In today's world, we know more about the world than ever before, and we continue to create incredible things. However, all of these exceptional creations are made to solve a problem. So, unfortunately, let's start with the problem. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. A disorder otherwise known as ALS, this heartbreaking condition is fatal. According to the National Library of Medicine, ALS is a progressive neurodegenerative disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord, leading to muscle weakness, paralysis, and eventual respiratory failure. According to HSS, the average life expectancy after diagnosis is 2 to 5 years, with 50% of people diagnosed with ALS surviving less than 3 years after diagnosis. Quality of life can still be high after diagnosis with the correct care and assistive devices, but one of the results of this disease is the loss of the ability to speak. As grim as this disease seems, there is always hope. Let me introduce you to Casey Harrell. Casey Harrell, as seen on the left, spent his life advocating for climate change. As explained by The Guardian, BlackRock's Big Problem, or BBP, was a campaign that Harrell co-founded and launched to great success. He helped use this campaign to try and pressure the powerful financial entity BlackRock, and specifically its CEO Larry Fink, into using its incredible financial standing to help advocate for climate change. However, 2 months into the pandemic, Casey Harrell was formally diagnosed with ALS. Using various means and methods to endure, he managed to continue to live his life, although, in the process, lost the ability to communicate freely. However, not all hope was lost. That's where the BCI comes in. The BCI, or the brain-computer interface, is a device that can be surgically implanted into the skull. How does it work? Well, the signals from the brains of ALS patients are interrupted and prevented from reaching their destination. Think of the normal sensation, perception, and action process as a road running through the countryside. ALS is the shattering and splitting of the ground during an earthquake, leaving an uncrossable gap in the road between perception and action. The ALS patient can still sense and perceive everything, but their ability for action is limited because of this gap. The BCI is the bridge that crosses that gap, reading the signals from the brain and translating them into something we can understand. The BCI, alongside artificial intelligence, can actually be used to recreate the patient's voice from old recordings and turn what was originally signals stuck on the edge of the road in the brain into what sounds like their very own voice again. The result? Well, let's take a look for ourselves. This brief clip from UC Davis Health shows how Casey was able to gain his voice back.
It feels a lot like me. It makes people cry who have not heard me in a while. I am able to still work full-time for climate action, and I am able to do that well and more efficiently with this device. I hope that we are at a time when everyone who is like me have the same opportunity as I do to have a device like this that will help them communicate. Let's all make that happen, okay?
If you want to see their full video, the link is in the top right corner.
It feels
With a combination of BCI and artificial intelligence, Casey Harrell was not only able to get his voice back, but his smile back as well. He was able to speak his wedding vows to his daughter and regained a part of him that was lost. While sensation and perception can stick out as the most important parts of how we navigate the world, action is just as important, because without it, you are left spectating instead of living. And thanks to this technology developed, Casey Harrell and many other ALS patients will be able to regain what they thought was lost forever.